Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me. I'm Ranger Lindsay, and today we're going to be talking with some of our quieter staff members around the park office. These guys are always around and ready to educate, but we don't often get to hear them speak until now.
You can call me Bob, because I'm a bobcat, get it?
Hi, my name's Justin Beaver, and I'm the largest rodent in North America.
My name's Carla Coyote, and I'm not from North Carolina originally, but my family moved here sometime around the 1980s.
My name's Franny Gray Fox, and my fun fact is that unlike most canines, I can climb trees. And just because you see me during the day doesn't mean I have rabies. Sometimes I'm just hungry.
Yeah, same here. I'll take a snack any time of the day. I'm Rhonda Raccoon, and the Wildlife Resources Commission says I'm a handsome mammal who's highly intelligent and very playful. What a review!
My name is Virginia O. Possum, and I have 50 teeth, the most of any North American mammal. Plus, I'm the only marsupial native to the United States.
And I'm Ranger Lindsay, the only mammal here who knows how to use a computer. I want to focus on what makes all of us mammals. What really brings us all together under that great mammal class of taxonomy? According to the study of rocks and fossils, our story begins over 200 million years ago when mammal-like reptiles roamed the land.
You mean we used to be reptiles?
Like snakes?
And lizards.
And turtles?
Well, no, not us, but like our ancient long ago ancestors might have been. So back then, the fossil record indicates that these animals, called therapsids, were closer related to modern reptiles like snakes, turtles, and lizards, but were starting to develop their own characteristics that more resemble mammals like us. For example, their limbs, their arms and legs started to move more underneath their body along their trunk, whereas modern reptiles like lizards, they have their arms kind of spread out to the sides.
Look, Robert, I found your grandma.
Early therapsids also started to develop specialized, differently shaped teeth, such as incisors, molars, canines, and premolars. So a diversity of teeth helps reflect how broadly we mammals have adapted to eating different things. I know scientists think that our ancestors probably started out as meat and insect eaters, but a lot of us here have adapted to eating plant matter as well.
I do enjoy a balanced diet. There's nothing like ripe persimmons in the fall.
Fruit is delicious. I'm fond of grapes myself, if mice and rabbits aren't available.
Guys, seafood is where it's at. Nothing better than a fresh fish or crayfish.
Rhonda, you'd eat lasagna from a trash can if you could get your paws on it.
Well, who wouldn't? I've seen fox and coyote sneak into trash cans, and don't get me started on Virginia possum.
Hey, eating thousands of ticks each year and dead animals is a valuable ecosystem service I provide. For free. You're welcome.
So getting back to teeth, all of us here have incisors, these teeth up front for small bites and nipping at food. But Justin, you're the only herbivore on the panel, and I see you have some truly impressive incisors.
Well, thank you, I do. My front teeth get worn down constantly by gnawing through trees, but they keep growing my whole life, so I don't have to worry about it. My incisors stay sharp as a chisel. Rodents like me don't have canine teeth, but since I mostly eat tree bark and aquatic plants, I don't need them.
Yeah, most of us here have some decent canine teeth, which are for grabbing and gripping our food.
Canines are usually larger or more pronounced on animals who hunt, like bobcats and coyotes.
Beyond the canine teeth, we have teeth for chewing and shearing food, called the molars and premolars.
These teeth get gradually wider and flatter, so they're great for tearing food and grinding it down to a pulp to make it easier to swallow.
All mammals share some traits in our blood, heart, skin, even a few bones. All of us have 3 bones in our middle ear, and all of us have a backbone.
You got that right.
This life ain't for the spineless.
It takes courage to catch your dinner, or to avoid being someone else's.
Mammals diverge from reptile bones in other ways. For instance, in tree climbing species, we start to notice a larger gap between the innermost digit on the foot and all the other digits. So Raccoon is a fantastic tree climber, and her paws are actually shaped kind of like my hands.
Yeah, I noticed that. Long, flexible digits help me to grip trees, which is great since they're an easy escape route.
I've got big thumbs too, on my back feet anyway. And I'm great at climbing trees. Even my tail helps me hold on to trees, kind of like a thumb.
I love being able to grab things and dab my paws in water.
That reminds me, Rhonda, do you actually wash your food before you eat it? I had a junior ranger ask me once.
It's more about feeling for my food and catching it than cleaning it. What's washing?
Yeah, you're asking the trash panda.
Hey!
So back to mammal history, paleontologists stopped finding most dinosaur fossils after 66 million years ago. Modern scientists have several ideas about why that might be, but whether it was a meteor impact or volcanic activity or something else, bottom line is whatever life couldn't adapt to the changes was wiped out.
What a downer.
The KT extinction event turned out to be the big break that we mammals needed. And this was likely due to the fact that we are warm-blooded, which means we produce our heat from the food that we eat, and two, we all have some kind of hair or fur, and these traits were great in what was likely a cooling climate. With the dinosaurs out of the way, mammal diversity exploded in the millions of years to follow.
So warm blood and fur meant us mammals were ready for the colder years ahead.
We just needed our big break.
But wait a minute, not all mammals have hair. What about dolphins?
And armadillos.
Humans are pretty hairless too, come to think of it.
Well, I thought hair was rabbit's cousin.
Well, hair, H-A-I-R, is just a strand of cells containing protein, and there's not just one type. Guard hairs are for protecting skin against moisture or rubbing, and then under fur is for warmth, and vibrissae, or whiskers, can improve an animal's sense of touch. To answer your question, Rhonda, dolphins can be born with whiskers that they lose after a few days, which as far as mammals are concerned, that's enough hair to count.
That's so interesting. I've always been proud of my fur. My underfur is waterproof, you know, and super soft.
It's great camouflage for a lot of us.
Good for communication, too. If anyone tries to mess with me, I just fluff myself out and give them an old crazy eye. It's very intimidating.
I'm sure. My cat does the same thing.
Kitty.
I'd rather play dead myself.
Our behavior is indeed fascinating. In modern times, we have mammals who have adapted to almost every kind of habitat. Flying, running, burrowing, and some who have even taken to water.
I can't imagine a home without an underwater entrance. It's nice when you have webbed feet and a nice big tail to help you swim. Seems like everywhere I go is a good place for a pond.
It's nice having an architect in the neighborhood.
Yeah, thanks for all the watering holes.
Well, you're mighty welcome.
Our families make us special too. Most mammals give birth to live young who drink milk from their mother in the early days of life. These milk-producing glands, called mammary glands, are actually where the word mammal comes from. Mammals are usually born at a pretty advanced stage of development, but if you're a marsupial like Virginia O, you might have a lot of growing up to do before you're ready to go out in the world.
I was such a tiny baby. We were smaller than jelly beans the first day. I was glad when we were big enough to go outside.
Well, everyone grows at different rates. I was born with my eyes open and learned to swim on day one.
When I was born, I couldn't see for the first few days, but my mama took care of everything.
Family is so important. I stayed with my mom and siblings the whole first year before I struck out on my own.
My dad helped raise me. I think my parents are still together.
I still hang out with my parents. They're together for life, and now that I've got new brothers and sisters, I'm happy to help raise them. It's so cute when they do their first howl.
Since we're dependent on at least one of our parents once we're born, we get to watch and learn from them when we're first starting out. Getting to navigate the road ahead with our family is part of our mammal evolutionary success.
We may look, sound, and act really different, but us mammals aren't that different after all. I'm glad we work together. That's it for the mammal panel. We'll see you guys around the park. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
So long.